People love to roll up with a crowd these days, thinking that the strength of their group is real power. They think that having 3 or 4 guys behind them makes them untouchable. But let's be real for a second. If you use a group to jump someone, what guarantees that you'll always be surrounded by your crew? Today you're in a pack, but tomorrow you might be walking alone. And when you're standing there by yourself and the tables are turned, you know exactly how that ends. It's an endless, toxic cycle. If you jump them, they wait for you. If you're alone, they'll come for you. That is not power. That is a trap. Today, I'm going to teach you a psychological blueprint that lets you win the game without ever throwing a punch, even if you're outnumbered 4-1. In any confrontation, whether it's 1-on-1 or 1-on-4, there are only 2 real ways to win. The first is psychological control. This isn't a game of muscles, it's a game of the mind. You win by manipulating the opponent's ego, fear, and emotions to turn the situation in your favor. This is high-level stuff. Your brain is a far more dangerous weapon than your fists. The second way is physical control, which we'll cover in the next video. Let's focus on the psychology first. The first thing we need to do is shatter the illusion of group power. When you're facing a group, the biggest danger isn't the 4 guys in front of you, it's the panic happening inside your own head. You start thinking, I'm alone, they're 4. That's when you lose. You need to realize that those 4 people aren't a hive mind. Every group has a hierarchy. There is always one person pulling the strings, the leader. Your entire goal is to identify that leader. Why? Because of something called the mob effect. When people are in a group, their individual intelligence drops and their collective recklessness spikes. They don't act like themselves, they act like the group. This happens for 3 reasons. First, responsibility is diffused. Everyone thinks, someone else will handle the consequences. Second, emotions are contagious. One person's anger ripples through the whole group. Third, their ego is amplified. No one wants to look weak in front of their boys, so they all act tougher than they actually are. So here is how you dismantle it in the real world. If you're being approached by a group, you need to identify the leader immediately. Don't look for the guy yelling the loudest. That's usually just noise. Look for the guy who is calm, collected, and mature. Watch them for 3 seconds. Look for the approval pattern. When someone speaks, who does everyone else look at to see how to react? Look for the reaction control. If the leader laughs, the group laughs. Finally, look for the speaking space. Who does everyone else stop talking for? That's your target. Once you've found the leader, lock eyes with them. Turn your entire body toward them. Treat the others like they are invisible. If the guys on the side start chirping or trying to provoke you, do not engage. Do not look at them. Do not answer them. By focusing all your energy on the leader, you turn a 1 versus 4 nightmare into a 1 versus 1 conversation. You are stripping away the mob effect. You are removing the audience that the other 3 guys are trying to impress. Now your goal isn't to start a debate, it's to force the leader out of their emotional, aggressive state and into a logical one. Use questions, not statements. Instead of what are you gonna do, ask, hey, what's the real problem here? Is this situation actually worth all of us being here? Don't insult their ego. Give them a job. Tell them, I'm talking to you because you seem like the reasonable one here. Let's not make this into something we'll both regret. When you give them a leadership role, they often feel the need to actually lead, and often that means de-escalating. You aren't controlling them, you are controlling the direction of their thoughts. The more they have to think, the less they can react. Of course, this doesn't work on everyone. Sometimes people aren't looking for logic, they're looking for a fight. That's when physical awareness and positioning come into play. That's a deep, technical topic for another time. If you want me to break down the physical side of this, how to manage your space and stay safe when words fail, drop a comment below saying part 2. The real game isn't about being the toughest person in the room, it's about being the one who controls the room.